The Vampire Lestat, episode 2, Toledo, y'all. And that lady been touching his 2,000 parts. I don't give a damn what y'all say. When the vampire nature takes over, the relationship dynamic shifted. That lady has been touching that boy's 2,000 parts at least since after the wolf attack, y'all. We have to get into it. Yeah, we got to get into it.
Only apply that. Get it, don't be timid when you in it, apply that. Love up on it, give along, need it. I don't want no trip, baby, spray like it.
My name is Ashley, and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related, and I am here to put you on, okay? You guys, welcome back to the channel. Y'all know what it is. We are back to talk The Vampire Lestat, episode 2, Toledo. And y'all, to be honest with you, I have to give this a 3.8 sweet peas out of 5 sweet peas. Be sure to drop in the comment section your rating. Like, we get it. We get the Gabriella of it all. We get the Oedipal complex of it all. Now I'm over it. All right. I don't have to see Lestat longing and aching for his mother and talking about her vagina and his dingling. It's lost on me. And honestly, that's where the rating comes from. Outside of that, I really, really enjoyed this episode. I just don't know how long we have to linger here. But Gabriella is a predator. I can't stand her ass. I really don't want to see any more of her. I think she exhibits and demonstrates the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst. But anyway, again, we get it. My favorite portion of the episode had to be Louis and Lestat in mediation. But let's jump right into this episode because now we are flashing back, honey. We are going back to Lestat's childhood in the French countryside with his mama, his brothers, and his raggedy ass daddy, as Lestat and Gabriella called them, the damn cabbage heads. But Lestat, in truth, your mama's a cabbage head as well, because the way this baby was tortured from a child up through his teen and early 20s by his family, and his mama sat there reading that damn book. Gabriella could give a damn. And I got apathy. Like, I had read that somewhere that her character was very apathetic, even in human form. But this took it to a completely different level to me. It took it to a completely different level to me, baby. Torture the people. Now, what I will say is that the one piece of solace and peace that Lestat had, I do believe he found in his mother, but not in a traditional sense. She was not the loving mother that was going to coddle or cradle him, but maybe that mom where we can kind of, commiserate over our supreme intelligence over the rest of this brood of vipers. But basically, the father hates him. It's toxic as hell. The brothers hate him as well because he's the smallest, he's the runt, and he has a speech impediment on top of all of those things. Eventually, as he gets older, he joins the theater troupe, and the father hates that because you're going to take a wife, you're going to get married, you're going to be normal. Why don't you be like a normal boy and bed them and, come back home and do your business? And so the mom is, in this moment, slightly says something, but still not enough to create any due deference amongst the family. Now we get into a situation where the townspeople are coming, honey, and the wolves are on attack. The wolves are everything. The daddy is crumbling just like the king on House of the Damn Dragon was falling apart into pieces. And the mom says, why don't one of y'all, two of y'all, just be a man about it and go handle this for the townspeople? Immediately, Lestat says, listen, I'm taking this on because my mother said she needs a man. I'm going to be said man because, again, she's my one, and I'm not like the rest of these. So how can I differentiate myself between my brothers, my father, and all of that? As the brothers are basically saying, let the town people handle it. There's nothing we can do about these wolves. Lestat gets his gun, he goes out there, and he's going to handle it, whether he died or not. Like he said, my mama probably sent me out there to die, but I was going to do it, and I was going to prove myself. And he did just that in human form. But them wolves jacked him up. All right. They jacked him up. So Louis saying that the scar came during their relationship. Go to hell, Louis. You lie. You lie like a rug. And your pettiness was truly exposed in this episode. But we're over here. We're watching him as he is in and out of consciousness, honey. His chest just torn open by this terrible wolf attack. And very soon, his mama enters the room, straddles him with this balm in Gilead, and decides that she's going to rub his wounds and also rub something else while she's down there. Now, y'all, like, again, I get the Oedipus of it all. I get that this is damn near a Greek tragedy. I get that these are the events that shaped Lestat. But in these first 2 episodes, baby, I get it. I get it and I understand it. This was the only somebody who loved him, and he needed to do what he needed to do, all about his mother's approval. And this shapes the way that he enters and moves about in this world. But I don't want to see Gabriella up close no more. I don't want to see it. But in this moment, she also tells him, listen, I got that thing and I'm not going to make it past winter. He's completely devastated because, again, you're the only somebody who loves me. This is truly his first quote unquote love. I can't call it love because Gabriella didn't give a damn about him at all. Even in this moment, it's not like I love you or any of those things. It's over. So now we wake up back present day, and now we have to contend with the band understanding and knowing that Lestat is truly a vampire. The lawyer is out here, the road manager, Christine, I believe her name is, and she is just debriefing the group. Everybody's now reading the book because now that it's true, who is Lestat really? So now he's having to justify himself to the band. Everybody, has questions, concerns, and I think it's honestly a bit false. I think it's a bit false because when he later reads their minds, it's very much, ticket sales are going up, groupies are going up. This is the life that we've always dreamed of and always wanted. All but one, okay? All but one of these. Now, we met Alex briefly last week, but this is truly the one that Lestat says has the real talent. Of everybody there, he is the one that's super talented, but he's also the one who is extremely put out by this entire situation. The other bandmates are definitely going to go along with Lestat because we made history, right? How do you feed? They want all these questions answered. And Alex is like, yeah, I quit. I got to get the hell out of here. And I mean, at this point, can you blame him? The other people want fame. I believe that Alex really is the one who truly was about his artistry. And I think to him, this felt like a betrayal of sorts, right? You came in, you co-opted our band, you made it your own, and I'm leaving. But as he's leaving, Lestat gives him a warning and basically says, all right, it's cute. Go live your best life. Go get free, but don't you do nothing stupid. Because I got your brother here and it could end for you. You are the most talented and I want you back. But don't forget yourself and don't forget who I am. So Alex now is going to have to contend with that as he goes on this lonesome road by himself. I hope he comes back, but we'll see. Of course, Gabrielle is now here because we saw mother, lover, fledgling, all of the things last episode. And now Daniel, what's your name? What's your sign? Can I get you from behind? But now she's going to be known as Sophia. And so that's going to be her alias while she's there. But after this whole debacle, let's go for a night on the town, son, because I've missed you. I've loved you, all of those things. And Lestat is like, yes, mom, let me show you the world. Lobster Tower, champagne. Let's go hunt together, but let's not walk or let's not drive or take a cab. Let's use the cloud gift. You've always loved that, mommy. Let's go do the things. And so we get into these deep moments with each other, and we get into one portion where she's like, so are you having a lot of sex, son? Are you out here having a lot of sex? And he's like, I'm a rock star. Like, what do you think this is? Well, is it as good as the blood? Nothing's as good as the blood, mother, as she, pricks him and feeds from him. So apparently that is the most intense situation that you can get, vampire to vampire feeding on one another. Again, this longing look, this intimacy, the sexual nature of it all, I could really do without it. We find our prey for the night. We go to the strip club. The girls are popping ping pong balls out of their hoo-has, and she's shuffling the balls, right? Because I'm that girl. And Lestat is just in every moment, in every instance, turned on by his horrific mother. He just loves everything about her, and it's so sick and twisted. Like, we can see the narrative already. We can see the dynamic of what this is going to be, and it's definitely just going to be a situation where he's entrenched in another toxic as hell relationship where it's unfair and unbalanced. So after our night on the town, debauchery and hot smecks on a platter, we go to mediation with a Mr. Pitt, and they keep us in suspense because we're like, who is Mr. Pitt? Right? This is the owner of the hotel that was devastated in the whole Fanganger situation the night before. And when we see Lestat at this table with his stunner shades on, it's like, who is across the table? We meet Lemuel, who is the attorney first, and we're talking about assessing damages and all of these things. And Lestat is like, listen, it wasn't my fault. And then we find out who Mr. Pitt is. Shout out to the showrunner, the writers, all of that, for this sweet homage to Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise as we get over here. But we find out that Louis's been here the whole time. He runs everything. Mr. Pitt is the owner of all the things in all the world. And matter of fact, I own 45% of your tour. As well. And Lestat is like, what the hell is going on here? Mr. Pitt, you're acting like a maniac. And, listen, I heard black licorice, Lestat. Louis is in his pettiest bag of all. And it seems like you need some help, buddy. It seems like a cry for help. It seems like you need some mental health assistance, Lestat. And I... And he says, listen, black licorice was about my first kill after the reconciliation. It was not about anything else other than that. And so, I mean, we're sitting here and you can see the animus. Honestly, this was my favorite part of the episode. I will forever love the dynamic between him and Louis. He gives him tickets to the show. Two of them. Lemuel says, listen, I don't like your music, but I will be there. So Louis is there. And this is probably my favorite song that that Lestat has on the tour, child. This song, Why Do I Have to Feel? Listen. I tried to write you the prettiest song in the world, but I got distracted. Like, quit playing with me, Lestat. This was so good and so beautiful. The performance gave all the drama. And Louis has no choice but to sit in it in this moment, right? He has no choice but to sit in this moment and receive all of this energy from Lestat as Lestat, at this point, stops time. Because listen, I need to fly up in your face and let you know exactly how I feel as the crowd is still, as the drinks are in slow motion, flying through the air. This gave me all of the things. This gave me everything that I needed in the moment because we needed a heart-to-heart moment. Outside of the attorneys, outside of the pettiness, we also need to see Gabriella and her jealousy rear its ugly head. Who's taking my spot in your life? But yeah, I tried to write you the most beautiful song in the world, but I got distracted because you tried to play with me. All right. And basically you lied. Damn it. And this whole excuse that you didn't know, Louis, we know who you were. And so as he throws him the interview with the vampire book with all of my edits, because you know you lied. I know you lied. And I need you to see and know that I know that you know that I know that we know. Right in this moment. And so I really, really appreciated this. It was it was like a Bible, honey. The highlights, the notes in the margins. And Louis, you have to sit in that. You have to sit in that. But again, this was my favorite performance of Lestat so far on this tour. He gave all of the things. He gave sex, honey. He gave heartbreak. This gave all of the feelings. And Louis, yeah, sit your ass up there and sit in it. You got to sit in it, Bookie Butt. Because you did that, all right? Now, immediately, again, Gabrielle peeps game. She knows exactly what this is. We go back to the place as he's playing on the piano, singing in French. And really, she is reminiscing in this moment. We're getting flashbacks of her getting sick and dying, him coming in after he's been changed by Magnus, to change her and give her this immortal gift. And again, I don't know if them glasses were par for the course, but if you go back, you'll know in season 1, Louis had them same glasses. All right. We go in, get out of my face, brothers, family men, whatever. It's all about my mother in this moment. I'm going to change her. I'm going to save her. I'm going to make her. Right. And so now her getting this realization of what life could be. And I guess the one redeemable thing about Gabriella is she is someone who truly desired vampire nature, or excuse me, not desired it, but once she received it, I believe she did what you would think is quintessential to vampirism, right? So he changes her, and now we have to get it back in blood. Listen, I'm going to feed her. I'm going to make her. And I'm reminiscing as Lestat is playing at this piano, and we're going back. And now let me feed. And now let me attack all these damn degenerates. And I think you have to understand who Gabrielle is. If you didn't understand her before by the inappropriate relationship that she has with Lestat or anything else, in this moment, the idea and the fact that she could take out these children that she birthed into this world should tell you everything that you need to know about a Gabrielle. Now, when we're here present day, after we go back to all of the unalivings, and this shot looked really, really good with the family, and they were degenerates and monsters. I think the saddest thing, though, was when you hear all of their children when they get home and have to come into the wreckage. And of course, they've taken to coffin Gabriella and Lestat, and he hears it. And I almost wonder if in that moment he's still somehow connected to humanity. Again, I have not been in the book streets, so I don't know. But the Lestat that we meet at the beginning of season 1 of Interview with a Vampire has pretty much reconciled his humanity as far as vampirism, and that he's going to lean into it. But this was still so early. I think hearing the screams from those kids actually did something to him at the time. Now, back at the piano, Gabrielle brings up Louis. We were having such a good night. Don't do that, mama. I know you my mama, but that's my Louis. That's going to be an interesting dynamic. So now we are with Daniel and Louis. And Daniel, listen, you've been ignoring me. You've been blocking all my calls. You don't even answer any of my pages. So what's going on? You know, my producers really want to meet you, Louis. Louise, I'm not interested, buddy. I didn't like the book. You made me look selfish. You made me look like a liar. It was well written. You know, you used big words, but yeah, you played in my face. Then we get a story time about Claudia and how, you know, when Louis was in New York, he saw Claudia on a train. She's grown now. She's in her 20s. Not the same, different, evolving. It was wild to see her. I hope this is the foreshadowing that we need to see Claudia come and haunt all their asses. I need that immediately. Again, I haven't really seen Armand except for those times the world goes still. Other than that, I'm loving the vampirism. Does that happen with you, Louis? No, that's because you're with Armand. Now, the producers want to meet you. We find out that that's the Talamasca. That's Raglan and Real Rashid. Hey, Real Rashid, good to see you, Bookie Butt. He is there, and listen, we have a need. we have a demand. Listen, Louis, you're so good at absconding with the vampire folk. I mean, you did it in Paris. You did it at the Theater des Vampires. You did it in Dubai. What was that? 32, 31? Louis said it was 32, ho. And no, I'm not doing anything for y'all. I'm not doing anything for you. Are you sure about that? You sure about that? Are you Louis? You're so good at it. Are you sure about that? What if I told you that the person who's leading this Fang Bang group that we want you to eliminate is none other than somebody who's come up in the past, all about your Claudia. Bruce, baby. Bruce is in on it. So now, Louis, what are you going to do about it? And that's my question, Louis. What are you going to do about it? Again, these has been my favorite parts of the episode between Lestat and Louis and Raglan and Real Rashid at the end. Those are probably the best moments of the episode for me. I do appreciate that we got to go back in history. We got to see Lestat's makings, not making, but the makings of Lestat, at least from his formative years to adulthood, the wolf attack, how he got the scar. All of that is really relevant to me. But again, we get you in Gabrielle's dynamic. I don't need to see any more of it. But you guys, drop it in the comments. Be sure to let me know how you rated this episode on the sweet pea scale. Out of 5 sweet peas, how many sweet peas do you give it? What did you love about it? What did you not like about the episode? I would love to know. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hype the video if you have any hype points. That'll help me greatly. But thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching.